contact tends to work easily on women because this is the times where their emotions are triggered the most. And also, this is a time of self-reflection. One thing you might have not picked up and noticed, but when you are dealing with her, when you're associated with her, whether it's even not meeting her in person or meeting her often, it could be texting, phone calls. She has always had you around. She has never had no communication with you, let's say to the degree of knowing that is done, knowing that there is no option to it. In other words, access was always given. In other words, if she wants to not talk to you for a week, she wants to be a hoe, she wants to be for the streets, the villages, the forest, everything, she can do that. But if she's ready to talk to you and you're not the Chad, you're and I don't want to use really other names. You can be any other person, but whatever your name is, you're that person. Then that's her chance of saying, oh, this guy, he's going to be always there. When you do no contact, when she has to self-reflect, it gives her the time to be like, dang, I must have really, really did something to trigger him enough. And also, why is my emotions bothered that I cannot talk to him just like that? Now, this is where her pride and ego gets really challenged because it makes a woman have to be like, oh, well, I was always able to get whoever I wanted, or I was able to always with him get my way. So this is the time of saying, okay, well, if I want my way, I have to do a little bit more. The downside for a lot of women is that they don't realize how much they're not prepared for it. And when they have to now do it, it's actually crushing her ego on her own. So, for instance, if a woman says, man, I don't like this no contact, like we haven't been talking for a while, right? And remember, I am being so serious about y'all got to make sure that you're doing no contact for real. I don't want it to be that she could go watch her story, or I don't want it to be that she can keep following you, especially when she messed up really, really bad. And also, I just want to make this clear. If you're not going to just be unfollowing her because you guys don't have like harsh feelings or she didn't do anything wrong, I can understand that situation. But remember, no contact is for you to self-develop too. So you cannot at least have her watching your story or have it be something like that and she's not really seeing a change in you and it just feels like, oh, she can still have access to you. So I hope that made sense. I will break that down more in a different video, but I do now want to move on to if you are dealing with her and you're realizing, okay, well, no contact is being done, let's say to the best of my ability, you're focused on you, you're putting in work. What then can happen with her is the sense of trying to figure out, wow, I don't like this feeling because I used to just be able to hit them up. And for a lot of females, they were able to just get back in communication with you because you're the one that broke no contact. Now, I'm going to explain this more again in a second. But y'all, if you really want a serious no contact guide and journal that will seriously help you, if you want real changes, you want something that's more step by step to how to do it, and it's helping you stay accountable through the process, I got y'all with my no contact guide and journal. And it is not just a journal where you're doing your entries, you're making sure you're good. Even when you're tempted, you're writing it in there. It's not just about that. I made sure to include things that are going to be what helps you get through no contact to not only develop certain habits, develop certain skills, make yourself better, make yourself more of a guy that women want, increase your sexual appeal, have a better sexual market value, but it's like when you come out of no contact, you're going to feel way more confident. That's how I structured it, and I made sure to add prompts and what I would encourage anybody that I was talking to on a weekly basis or monthly basis, as I do with people when I do consultations, what I would tell them so they continue to know that no contact is worth doing or how to handle it next. And that's why I also included different stories so you know how no contact typically works when you're also getting the real results, and how it could go a certain way, but how you can actually like make this work for the best of your ability. So to sum that all up, if you're really serious, you want different insights, and there's so much more in that guide and journal, you can check it out. Get the link, or not get the link, but the link is down below. Click on it if you're serious. Now, other stuff as far as consultations, different structures to it on how you want to do it, or products, all that is there. Patreon, per usual, is there for all my newbies. You can join as a free member and you get at least one exclusive video a month. And yeah, you can join the community and get that access there too. And let's get back into this. So when you're doing no contact, a next thing that I want you to understand as far as like her and what her emotions are looking like, or what is she feeling, or what is she going through, this is also understanding with this particular woman. And I'm only saying particular because no contact can be more effective down the line a bit, or no contact can be more effective. Let's say, for instance, y'all still follow each other, which I'm not recommending. But if like it makes sense to be following each other, then maybe it'll be the third, fourth time she sees your story or a picture that makes her just be like, oh, I want him. Now back to her emotions. With her, she can now experience that, dang, I don't like this so much. This I don't like this so much is basically saying that it's very hard for her to keep having no access to you like she did before. So when she looks internally and be like, wow, there's something deeper at this point, or there's something wrong with me, she can now be like, okay, what did I actually do to make this guy not want to keep having communication with me? She could have been doing the same toxic habit or same bad pattern, or even something like breaking up with you, saying she's done for the last like weeks or months, and then finally you're just like, I'm doing no contact. Or she could have even threatened to be done with you, and you said, okay, I'm doing no contact, even if that's what, like she does when she's emotional and then she regrets it. I want you to get to a point of understanding no contact is to get real results. Like, this is just generally speaking. Yeah, I have a journal and guide that actually helps you get real results. However, generally speaking, when people take no contact serious, it actually can give them those real results. Just meaning that, does that person, in other words, her seeing that she lost something good, now actually show? That just also means that, yeah, better yourself and improve, but make sure that you're not showing to her that, oh, well, I'm just going to make you go through this for like 1 month, 2 months, and then you can have access to me. A lot of stuff have to change with you. This is why self-development, self-improvement, doing things that you're scared of, like if you don't have the best social skills, learning how to grow in that area, making sure you're confident by facing your fears, that sorts of stuff is so important. It's so mandatory, because that's how you're gonna grow. And that's also how she's realizing, oh, this guy has realized like he's good without me. It's like a dating awakening in a sense, right? And it applies in real life, because I always say that no contact is for yourself. No contact is for you to grind or go hard, or tap in or see what you got to be doing or what you've been lacking in, or unleash that potential that's always been within you, etc. But the other aspect of it is that now she can say that, you know what, I messed up, or you know what, I can't get better. And then knowing that, oh, but I have to go a step further to get better. And to sum that all up, remember when I say a step further, as I said, if she knew that she had access to you, she had that communication, now she's looking at it and like, oh, but I know the standing that we have right now is not looking like that. She can also say that, man, I realized that he said he's done with me, or I know that he's doing no contact. So when I say she has to like crush her ego in a sense, put her pride to the side, that's that reaching out. Now, in another video, when I drop it, I'll explain more about like what you should do after no contact. I think that would be a very helpful video. However, I do want to make this clear. You should also look at it as in like, don't ever settle. So her saying, hey, I hope you've been good, that's not good enough most times. You need it to be a way bigger step further. And it shouldn't also just be she can hit you up the first time and it's a text and she gets a response. And again, it depends on your circumstances. Once more, this is why consultations are available, because I look at your particular situation. I tell you what's going to help you and what you got to do for your exact situation, and no contact and all that stuff. And it doesn't have to be just no contact. It could be personal life or other areas on how to actually get real results. And so those links are down below if you're serious or if you want to get started. And don't forget about other stuff that you want help in. A lot of stuff I have on my website. And don't forget about Patreon. You can join as a free member. And that's going to be it for this video. I love y'all. Take care of yourselves, and bye y'all.